Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Kanji Buff, and we are back trying to get this show on the road. I finished backlogging a whole bunch of content on the gaming channel, so I'm gonna try and resist creating more of that content on there and just backlogging forever and getting back to you guys here on the Kanji Buff channel Roni. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over 3 kanji as usual, and then we'll have the flashcards and resources and worksheets available on Patreon for $5 a month at that tier. So consider it, and let's go ahead and get started. So first one today is number 153, which is zatsu, which means complicated or various. So how can you imagine this? Is this right side radical? I got bit by a mosquito. This right side radical here on the right is supposed to be like a turkey or a bird. You can see that there's like little feathers here, and that's like a little plume, and that's like its little, spiky head thing. And then on the left side is just 2 separate kanji. We have 9 and we have a tree. So it's pretty easy. It's just zatsu, and you can read it in 2 common readings that I see a lot, which is fukuzatsu, which is complicated. And then you have konzatsu, which is crowded, complicated, various crowded, which means crowded. Okay? And you can see here that there is a tree and there's lots of birds, and then there is a bird. So there are 9 birds in a tree. In zatsu, that's when things get complicated. Or there are various birds in a tree, and that's when things get complicated. Okay, pretty easy, barely an inconvenience. Okay, so this next one here is muzukashii, or nan. So you may have heard this a lot, because muzukashii is just a very common adjective, and it means difficult. And it's pretty simple, depending on how you want to interpret this left side here. So this left side can be interpreted as, a combination of different radicals, or you can see it as one thing. I usually just see like a tribal dude with 4 arms, or he's like wearing feathers or some shit, and he has like that little tiki hat. So you can say it like, the tiki hat and a bird, right? So the tribal man is going to have a difficult time catching the bird, especially if he tries to use nan to catch the bird, because birds don't like nan. Okay, that's just something you gotta try and remember, I suppose. So we have 2 readings here. We have muzukashii, which is difficult, and then we have arigato, which is really cool. Gonna get into a little bit of some anecdotal stuff. So arigato, which means there are difficulties in life. So difficulties that exist means difficulties in life, which means that you will become grateful for those difficulties, which means you are thankful for difficulties because it makes life worthwhile, which is a really cool little message there. Really cool, guys. But yeah, that's super simple, barely an inconvenience. So the next one, we got to zoom out here, if it will let me do that, and is hanareru. So this one's a cool one. Let me zoom out a bit. So this one is a simple reading, which is hanareru and hanasu and ri. So this means want to leave or leave. So you have 2 common readings. You have hanareru, which is to leave, and then we have divorce, which is rikon. Now this kind of leaving is kind of just, a sense of leaving when there's distance being involved. So like physically leaving somebody, where you might get the same kind of meaning for saru, which means like abandon, to kind of leave. But this kind of still carries that kind of negative connotation, I suppose, to just want to leave, to be released in that kind of way. So the bird doesn't want to leave its pot full of poop. He knows that it'll someday smell like hana, or flowers. So here's like a pot with an X on it, and inside there's poo-poo. There's the poo-poo on the ice cream, so he doesn't want to leave it because he knows one day it'll turn into flowers. Okay, so that's pretty cool. For ri, you could say rikon, and then there's also another one you like kyori. Kyori could be like distance. So that's another time you'll probably see this kanji. But anyway, guys, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. We have the worksheets and the flashcards available for you for your own study time. They're available on Patreon, starting at $5 a month for those resources. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.